My name is Deon Haywood. I am the Executive Director of Women with a Vision Incorporated. We have been around for 23 years, and I feel that it's important for me to say that because not too many organizations last that long, especially that come out of a grassroots framework. We do reproductive justice, criminalization of marginalized groups, and that would be women and LGBTQ community. One of the things we do at Women with a Vision, when we talk to our clients, whenever they come in and we're doing a group or we're speaking somewhere, we always tell people, never count yourself as a victim. If you are here today, you're a survivor. In this world today, you're a survivor. If you're a formerly incarcerated person, if you're involved in sex work, if you're a drug using person, former drug using person, your past doesn't define you, the here and now defines you. And not only does the here and now define you, but we're powerful people, all of us. So 9 years after Hurricane Katrina and what the recovery looks like, I have mixed feelings about the recovery and what it looks like. Because I would like to think that I'm a person that understands progress, and I understand growth, and I understand what business does, especially being born and raised in the city where tourism is what makes money for people. It provides jobs to people. But then the other side of me feels like enough hasn't been done. The fact that there are still neighborhoods where homes are still missing, where there's schools that haven't been rebuilt or opened. There's still no stores. People are still living in food deserts. And some people aren't home and can't get home, all because they're still dealing with insurance and what it means to get back in their homes 9 years later. It's a mixture of understanding what the city needs to grow, but saddened that it's leaving a whole lot of people out. And those people that are being left out are the people who are native New Orleanians. When you think about imperialism and you think about colonialism, it's always the takeover. It's always about the takeover. I'm going to come in and I'm going to create and I'm going to build. Not even thinking about what was there before. And I get that you took an old building that was dilapidated, blighted property. You made it viable. I understand. I understand that. I understand that totally. But in making it viable, why would you want to erase the people who were here? And so it just makes what happened in a city like New Orleans with such a rich history. When you think about the history of this city, the people of the city, the resiliency. If I had to bring race into the issue, I actually think I fear what's going to happen in this city in terms of the newcomers. Because a lot of newcomers are coming from places where they don't normally see people like me. Let's be real, in Portland, Seattle, even some places in New York, how often do you see African American people? They don't. New Orleans is a city that historically has always been largely African American. And the newcomers are surprised by that. And they don't see us as a part of the plan. My partner and I went to dinner. And I find this happens to us a lot now. When we go to dinner, we walk in and we're the only African American people to walk in, and we're stared at like we're the newcomer. And I'm laughing because I've been here. I knew what this was before you made it this. So that I find amusing, but I think it speaks to a larger issue that the newcomers don't expect to see people like me walk through their door. Because they're really not trying to cater to me and people who live here. They're catering to the people like them who they think are coming here, which means there's no place for us. A friend of mine who's the consultant came to the city of New Orleans to look at some programs that the city is going to be funded for. And I thought it was so funny because they were like, oh my God, there wasn't one person of color. There wasn't one Black person at the table, but all these programs are geared to African American youth. Are there no programs for African American youth in the city run by community organizations? I was like, yes, there are. There are tons of them who are doing amazing work. Why weren't they at that table? I know the answer. I'm sure many people know the answer. But we're always talking about trust. If we don't trust that people know what they need to do for themselves, if we don't trust that those of us who know oppression and understand racism and as complex an issue as it is, if we don't understand that those of us who feel it and live it every day know the answers for ourselves, we can't change that. And I don't know if we're ready.